Hey everyone, Marty Sleevey here alongside Brian Altano.
Hi. Why did you say my name with such scorn?
Because I know where we're going with this.
What?
We are playing Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
We're playing Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. It was
A much
Rare's,
beloved classic to many people.
Rare's first game on the Super Nintendo. We're playing it today because it is the 20th anniversary of the game.
Oh, okay.
The game came out in 1994. This is a game I hold near and dear to my heart. One of my favorite 2D platformers of all time. And a couple days ago we were talking about it, and I said that, hey, I think this game is a better platformer than the original Super Mario Brothers. Brian, how do you feel about that statement?
First of all, I think Donkey Kong has a disastrous apartment. I don't know what was going on in there. I never thought about that. He's got a balloon and a tire on the floor and then bananas everywhere.
He doesn't have bananas here anymore.
No, not here.
Not my horde.
He doesn't have enough in his house. I didn't realize that this game is basically about hoarding.
It is. This is the pre-hoarders.
So Donkey Kong Country's it was an amazing game, I feel, for the time, and I don't want to poop on a game on its anniversary, right? That's mean.
That said,
I don't feel like it's aged well as well as some of the finer Nintendo classics such as Super Mario World or even the original Super Mario Brothers.
in Super Mario Brothers, could you like high five and do back high fives?
No, if you really you couldn't collect bananas either if you really want to get into the weeds on this.
So yeah, so one of the reasons I love this game so much, I think its art style is classic. I think this game, obviously at the time it was gorgeous, and I still think it's gorgeous. I still love the sort of, it looks like claymation. The characters had so much sort of depth and character to them that something, and I get it, like comparing it to Super Mario Brothers, I know it's dumb and reductive, but that's what we do here. Everything we do here is dumb and reductive.
Sure. No, I mean, so I thought that this was one of the most beautiful games in the world when it came out, and it really was. But I don't think that particular style has aged as well as, say, like a very clean sprite art look that you see in a lot of other classic video games of its era. Now, at the time, like this claymation look, the way everything looked 3D rendered and 3D modeled was amazing. And I mean, even you're looking at the animation here, like he does a lot. He's a lot more sort of
like animated. Like it's like a cartoon character as opposed to Mario, which, I mean, recent Mario kind of has that. Like they nailed it with like the 3D World games where there's a lot of funny idle animations and everything.
Mario really, he turns to the camera, he gives a peace sign, he dies, and his arms go in the air, and he's like, ah. But there's not really, there's not really a whole lot there. And I do think that like a lot of the stuff you see in this game with the weather effects, there's snow levels, there's like fire levels, there's here where it's raining, like. They do a lot of cool stuff with that.
With atmosphere.
Yeah, I just feel that a lot of the characters outside of Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong don't really have a ton of personality.
Sure.
Like the Kremlings. I mean, I know obviously the Koopas really. They're not like writing books.
Yeah. They don't have the depth of a Goomba.
But I think a lot of this game, it was Rare did a lot of games at the time where they would take basically a character, an animal, and put the letter Y at the end of it and put googly eyes on them and then ship it. And I did love that for its time, and I think that like this game, they fell way into the web of collectathons, and this didn't really suffer from that too much.
Yeah, by the time Donkey Kong Country 3 rolled around, it was getting pretty bad, and then obviously Donkey Kong 64 was sort of the like one of those. Okay, this is just an exercise in excess.
Yeah.
I almost said the F word.
But one of the things you and I talked about it was which sort of holds up better as a kind of definitive platforming classic that I think anybody could pick up and play for the first time today. Is it Donkey Kong Country, the original, or the original Super Mario Brothers? You say Donkey Kong Country, I say Super Mario Brothers. I think Super Mario Brothers is infinitely more accessible than this game.
There's a whole lot less verbs. You can run and you can jump.
Yes.
Whereas this, you can cartwheel. You saw it before. I don't know. You saw the high fives.
Yeah. So, do you think this game is harder than Super Mario Brothers? Because I mean, first of all, Super Mario Brothers can be beaten in 15 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah. With warp stones and stuff like that. This game is there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, there is. The game. I mean, I think the reason I like this game, and I'm not just to nip it in the bud because every comment's going to say that, I am fully aware that Super Mario Brothers is the most influential video game of all time.
Right. This game would not exist without that. For many reasons. One, that Shigeru Miyamoto, created Donkey Kong.
That's true. But it would be some other animal with a Y, and it'd be his country. It'd be like Frankie Franks.
Yep.
Frankie Frankville.
Frankie Franks, and then it'd be like Freddy Frank.
Yeah,
would be his friend.
And Tootie.
I also think that I think that the second game did did things a lot better in a lot of regards. But I do think that the third game was the worst of the bunch.
Well, and you played as like Dixie. Like Dixie was fine, whatever. But then you had to be like dumb baby Kong, who's like wearing a onesie, and I'm like, I don't want to be this like dumb garbage Kong.
Yeah, when I didn't understand that because it was sort of like you started with Donkey and Diddy, and then Donkey Kong wasn't even the main star of the second one. He was locked up.
Yeah.
So then you moved to Diddy and
Dixie,
and then from there you moved to Trixie, Candy, Kitty, Lanky.
Oh my God! Oh, the worst in Donkey Kong 64.
Lanky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a disaster.
And then there was Donkey Kong.
Yep, Yankee Dong.
And
Yankee Dong was there.
One thing this game has
is an airline run by an ape, which is terrifying.
And he's like a Jamaican ape. He's obviously very high.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of. So I actually thought these were some of those most beautiful things about this game, and something we did not touch on at all is the music in this game.
Yeah, this song I think the song is called Aquatic Ambiance, and it is the music in this game is stunning.
Yeah, it's really good.
And it's super like each stage you go to, like the music makes sense. Like I don't know what underwater music is, but I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. This is the kind of music you'd hear if you were swimming in a lagoon.
Yeah, I do really like how gigantic these sprites are too.
Yeah.
Like they're really cool. It's a very bright and very colorful game. I just feel that like the actual character models and stuff like that haven't held up as well. I would actually love to see a remake of this game where, and I don't know how you feel about this, where some of the claymation stuff was sort of replaced with like really highly polished sort of cel-shaded 3D models.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's I'm not crazy with how like Tropical Freeze and the new games look. Like I love how they play. I'm not super crazy about the art style. Like I love when they do things like the silhouette levels. Like I think those like when they go for a more stylish approach.
I totally agree with you. It's man, muscle memory that you know where all these things are.
Yeah, this is weird. And I like forget my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
When you got everything in this game, you could 101% it.
Yeah,
I believe that was one of the first games where you could do that. I think you could do it in Super Mario World as well.
Well, in Mario World, it was 96.
96
you got
stars.
A 96
that's what it
and
was.
a star.
That's right.
So that said, too. So originally, I think you thought that I was saying that this is a better game than Super Mario World, which I would never say.
Really?
Yeah, Super Mario World is
because some people would say that.
Super Mario to me is it's one of my top 5 of all time, and that is a game. That is a perfect video game.
It's a perfect platforming, a perfect video game.
We're gonna meet Funky Kong.
I would say a lot of people would say that this is a better game than that.
Look at this guy.
That doesn't even look safe.
Whoa, dudes, my name's Bodacious Jumble Barrel. Most unfortunately.
I just want to let you know there's no security at this airport.
Look, he just takes this like, okay, he broke the fourth wall. He took his sunglasses off and looked at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, that looks like the banana stand from Arrested Development.
I think the story behind Donkey Kong Country is really cool, too, because you start off introduced to Cranky Kong, who is the original Donkey Kong from the arcade game. A lot of people don't know that. It's the original Donkey Kong from the arcade game, who's now old and extremely jaded now.
He's pissed at everything.
Yeah, he's tired. He's lethargic and angry, just about everything. It's actually great to see.
Yeah, just the crusty old man who hates.
I like that concept. It's sort of like they've done that with Batman. You know, like it would be cool to see them do something like that with Mario, where there's Mario's baby from or baby version of Mario is now the actual Mario.
Yeah,
and old Mario is just like, I'm so tired of these pipes.
Yeah,
you don't even know where they're gonna go.
What
kind of transit system is this? It's a damn disaster.
It's not worth it. It's just gonna happen over and over again. I keep dying.
It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, poor Diddy. Yeah, but that was Donkey Kong Country.
So I honestly feel like you're handing someone a controller for the first time to play a platforming game or a video game. I still think that the original Mario Brothers is something that's a little more accessible. I have warmed up to this game being not. I think it's aged. I think it's aged a little better than I thought it did. I still don't think it's aged as well as the first Mario Brothers game or Super Mario World, for that matter.
Sure. I don't know why I keep dying here.
I also think you stink.
Do you think this jungle just like reeks? Do you think it's just awful?
Yeah, it's probably 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean,
and all the characters look sweaty.
Yeah, think about what's going on in here. Like there's a lot of weird touches in this game too. Like there's animals that you can ride. There's an ostrich that wears high tops.
Sure.
I don't know why. I think to imply that she's fast. Like she's like, I'm so fast, I gotta wear shoes.
Her name was Espresso.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. Again,
There's a frog named Winky.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah. There's like Squawks was a parrot. There's Ramby the Rambo.
There's bad at video games, the Marty.
So that was Donkey Kong Country. 20th anniversary. It's almost old enough to buy an alcoholic beverage in the United States of America.
Yeah, but I think it was British, so it's probably been drinking for years, right?
That's true. That is
All
true.
right.
Yeah, I want Rare to go back and give us something like this again. Obviously, they can't. I'm done with this game. That was Donkey Kong Country 20th anniversary. Tell us what you think of Donkey Kong Country. Do you think it is better than Super Mario Brothers? Do you think I'm horrible at video games? I am. And what do you want Rare to do? Don't say Battletoads, because that game's garbage.
Battle.